Good evening and Johar from Ranchi. This is the grand finale. Coming to you from the Manang Gomke Jaypal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium in Ranchi. 2 weeks of intense jousting has culminated in this moment with both these teams earning the right to tussle it out for a spot on the podium. It is the JSW Surma Hockey Club taking on the Odisha Warriors. Far and ahead, the two best teams in the competition. Right time now for the toss.
Happy Republic Day, India! And Ranchi, for you, we've got the big one. The first ever final of the Hero Women's Hockey India League. In the white corner, representing JSW Surma Hockey Club, we have Captain Salima Tete. In the orange corner, representing Odisha Warriors, we have Captain Neha Goyal. The on-field umpires are here and the stage is set for the final toss of the season.
Okay, if you want to call, we've got heads and tails. Okay? It's heads.
सलीमा टॉस जीत लिया है क्या करना पसंद करेंगे JSW Surma Hockey Club has won the toss and they had decided to start the play.
Some noise for the Hockey Stars from
The players of the both teams will stride out with plenty of gusto. They know that they have the wholehearted support of a capacity crowd rallying behind them.
It is going to be a spectacle. Make no mistake about that. We've got representatives out of the top 8 in the top 10 women's teams in the FIH World Rankings on display in this particular match with the very cream of the crop in terms of Indian players as well.
The big game is only seconds away. They have been chomping at the bits for this moment. And that moment shall not be too long from now with both the teams.
Couldn't also help but notice the two teams are in orange and white, and you would have noticed that our colleague Surbi Vaid had both colours on. So she is absolutely down the middle when it comes to supporting the two teams tonight.
And we'll have a look at the teams and how they're stacked up. Savita, the Indian wall, will start on goal. Nikki Pradhan and Vaishnavi Palke will be handling the defense. Maria Vashur, Sophie Hamilton and Salima complete an impressive midfield. And there are the Charlottes up front, Onglebert and Steppenhorst, along with the very impressive 19-year-old Sonam.
And the side in front of them also has some exciting talent, particularly among the young Indian players. Watch out for the likes of Baljeet Kaur. Neha Goyal, of course, is very, very experienced. Rutuja Visal has also been quite impressive right through this tournament. Jyoti Chatri has been outstanding in defense, but their key player will, one gets the feeling, be their goalkeeper yet again, Jocelyn Bartram there in the green jersey. Time now for the countdown to begin for this big clash, the mother of all clashes in the Hockey India League.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
It's upon us, the grand finale of the Women's Hero Hockey India League. It's JSW Surma Hockey Club versus the Odisha Warriors. It is the Odisha Warriors in their orange and blue, pushing from left to right, and in their all-white kit are the JSW Surma from right to left. This is Arun Venugopal in the commentary box. Alongside me is Debayans, and a very good evening to everybody.
Good evening to Arun, good evening to the viewers as well. This will be a fascinating first quarter because we have seen JSW Surma often start in first gear, or in fifth gear rather, and that's what they'll be expected to do. But Odisha Warriors will be expected also to reply in kind.
It's a solid start, it's a robust start that will rouse the crowd.
In the early moments, it is Odisha Warriors who've actually started quite brightly, but here's a chance for JSW Surma to build.
Again, doing very well on that occasion. Yibi Janssen has been an absolute superstar. 5 goals by virtue of just penalty corners. Has just marked herself out as a drag flicker of global repute.
And she played that onto the foot of the women with whom she's competing for the golden boot in many cases, or golden stick you could call it that. Charlotte Onglebert, both with 5 goals apiece.
And Yibi Janssen, of course, hails from hockey royalty. Her father, Ronald Janssen, did win Olympic medals with the Netherlands in the Atlanta and the Sydney Olympics in '96 and 2000 respectively. Funnily enough, in an interview with the Indian Express, she did mention how her father tried to dissuade her from playing hockey. More on that, but before that, JSW Surma are looking to defend deep. Now, Odisha Warriors have the ball only to concede it immediately.
Look at the number of players who are surrounding the... And that's been the hallmark of JSW Surma as well in a few of their games, particularly the young Indian players, or the experienced Indian players, in fact, the likes of Jyoti Rumawat, Vaishnavi Falke, Akshata Dhekle, when she's got those occasions to shine, have done exceptionally well. And Nikki Pradhan in the last couple of games has been quite good for them.
It's a team that has really built from the back. Jude Menezes did speak about how it was a team that set a lot of store by its defense. The fact that they haven't had the PCs going their way has opened up another opportunity where they've sought to build momentum. They have been tactically very fluid, have been just as seamless in attacks.
Looks like a safety-first approach from both teams, which is why you're not likely to see too many opportunities, and whatever little half chances the strikers get, they've got to try and make the most of that.
Jyoti Chatri was blocked by Olivia Shannon, and then there is also Yibi Janssen who is offering support. Neha Goyal has been playing an attacking role, and it's a great ball played in. Prika Moish has an opportunity here. She's prowling around the circle, very close to the first post.
Possibly was looking for a foot, but that was good defending as well by JSW Surma. But superb ball from Neha to set her up in the first place.
And Sonam was electric on that occasion. Again, looking to make the play, looking to find Anglebert up front. Surma now looking to keep the ball on the other side of the pitch. Odisha Warriors will be looking to create penalty corners. Now Kanika Sivaj tries to play her captain up front, which was not a bad call at all. The ball has been recycled yet again. Both the teams now turning over the ball with remarkable speed.
Superb interception by Penny Squibb. They need to make the most of it, but not able to retain possession.
Again, it's a good ploy really to have Neha play as the free player up front and then try and find her with those long balls. Kanika Sivaj has been trying to do that on the last couple of occasions. And this is an area where Odisha have really stepped up. Their counter control has been brilliant today. And that's why they've been peppering the final third with a number of their attacking forays. Here's a chance, a loose ball.
Plenty of orange shirts.
They're still hovering inside the circle. There is the captain, Neha Goyal, who claims that there was a foot. Kelly Hudson doesn't oblige.
Yeah, just looking for a base tackle, but in the process using the stick, and that led to a foul.
Slightly uncharacteristic there from JSW Surma. They have been a lot more relentless, a lot more fluid in attack. It's also a consequence of them being a player light. If you've just joined in, Charlotte Anglebert has been served a yellow card, which means she will miss out the bulk of the opening quarter.
Yeah, by my calculations, about 2 minutes of it already done, so 3 minutes yet to go. That is that window of opportunity for the Odisha Warriors to take advantage of.
I will leave all the maths to you, Devain. I do not trust my math one bit. But you're right. And Odisha Warriors are looking to pounce on that opportunity. And if you look at the far side, the number of substitutes being rotated already for the Odisha Warriors bears mentioning. They are keeping many more players fresh. Maria Varsho now prowling along the left, goes wide, tries to dribble her way past two defenders. Not a bad ploy at all. And the Jharkhand government has been very well represented, and there is the Honorable Chief Minister of the state of Jharkhand, Shri Hemanta Soren, alongside Srimati Kalpana Soren, the member of the Legislative Assembly of the state of Jharkhand. And our gratitude also to the government of Jharkhand for putting in a yeoman amount of effort in organizing this tournament and in ensuring the smooth conduct of the tournament. And we welcome the Honorable CM as well.
Just a bit scrappy lately, especially in midfield. A couple of fouls given away. Both teams fighting tooth and nail, not really giving any advantage to the other ones. And it's reflected in the fact that we haven't seen the goalkeepers being pressed into action yet. Particularly not a single penalty corner coming in. In fact, I doubt there's been a single circle penetration as yet, or a meaningful one as yet.
Nikki Pradhan, another player from this region who has gone on to great heights, has been a terrific player, as has been Deep Grace Eka, who in fact came back from retirement in 2023. And now Charlotte Anglebert back on the pitch and back with gumption, taking the ball all the way. And there was an absolute roar that went up in the crowd when they saw Anglebert.
The crowd has definitely come to watch some great hockey, and they are being served up some entertaining stuff in the first quarter.
Another great run along the left. The game has been truly high on octane. And Rutuja has been another player who has complemented the defense really well.
Jyoti alongside Jimena Cedres. Good to see the experienced Argentine back in the fold. Had an injury, forced her to sit out of the last couple of games, if not more, possibly 3 matches that she was not available for.
Indeed, we'll take a look at the win predictor as well, where Team Surma have a marginal edge over the Odisha Warriors, and that's largely a measure of how well they have played in the league. Surma did finish at the top of the league with 13 points from 6 games. Odisha finished with 2 points fewer, but now they have a circle entry, an opportunity, an opening. But they do not open the scoring. So near and yet so far for the team in orange.
Superb work from Neha Goel. She was the one who was carrying the ball inside. And then possibly one of Sakshi Rana and Baljit Kaur, if not both, had opportunities to put that into the net. But there was some superb defending. This was that reverse pass, and it was received. In fact, Rutuja Pisal there, a little bit of a heavy touch, and then well defended. Maria Varshua helping out Savita Punia.
They are again creating a lot of panic in the Surma ranks. As we look at the goal scorers category, very, very appropriately represented by these two teams, Yibi Janssen and Charlotte Anglebert on top with 5 and 4 goals respectively. Sonam as well as Baljit Kaur have also been terrific throughout this tournament. And now another run along the right. They have fancied. It is the local girl, Salima Tete, the captain, all by herself, still with the ball, takes a shot from the top of the circle. Was met with a deflection eventually.
Yes, just winning a long corner for herself, but superb run from the Simdega sensation. Making her way all the way across, almost 3/4 of the way through the pitch. She's playing despite a little gash on above her right eye, which was sustained in the last match against the Shachi Rar Bengal Tigers.
Indeed, she showed a lot of courage to come back to play with the Plastron.
This was that attempt. Good thinking to begin with, but just skewing the shot. In fact, even though the long corner came, it wasn't really posing any threat for goalkeeper Jocelyn Bartram.
They are overloading the right flank. And that's been the ball side for the JSW Surma, and where they have been particularly good has been to also ensure that there's been enough coverage in the back, in the non-playing side, so to speak. And now looking to run behind the defense is Neha Goel. An absolute live wire.
It's not the first time that they've tried an aerial ball, and that seems to be a deliberate tactic on behalf of the Odisha Warriors, which we might see more of in the second quarter.
Not a bad ploy at all, because that does deploy the captain, who's playing a free role of sorts. More on that, but the first quarter, a riveting first quarter, has come to a close here, with both the teams trading blows but not really making an indent on each other. The two Charlottes discussing the game plan. Very little to choose between the two teams. Odisha Warriors perhaps having a slight edge with the circle penetrations. But at the end of the opening quarter, JSW Surma and Odisha Warriors are locked in at 0-0. Right now, time for quarter 2 action as JSW Surma Hockey Club and Odisha Warriors continue to fight it out. It is Odisha Warriors in their orange and blue outfit that will be pushing from left to right, and in their all-white outfit are Team Surma, who continue to make their presence felt. All the attacks that have originated from wherever have been nullified, and quite effectively as well. And what's particularly impressive is how both the teams have tried to win the ball in the midfield. Very rarely have you seen a goal line melee of sorts, except for the one opportunity where Rutuja found herself in front of the goal.
What you want to watch is particularly Odisha Warriors using those flanks a bit more. They've got Baljeet on the right. Yuvi has been bombing down the left as well. From time to time, they have somebody like Sakshi Rana. And she's been an absolute live wire right through this tournament, 17 years of age. And has an unpredictability about herself. Just the way that she moves, it can be quite difficult for defenders to pick up.
It's a good ball along the right now to Baljeet, who quickly plays it ahead to Michelle Filet. And again, this is a function of how well the defense has been set up. So compact. Sakshi Rana, in fact, one of the promising players of the tournament, really. Ask any hockey observer, and she would figure in the 5 best players of the tournament.
It just doesn't have a finish as yet. Oh, this was a great opportunity, and it's been converted as well. What a goal! What a sensational strike!
It came against a run of play, really. And Rutuja Pisal, what she missed the previous occasion, made good this time around. All she had to do was just dink the ball in, but she had the presence of mind to just redirect the ball, which came in at a considerable height. Not the easiest ball to take advantage of. Victoria Souza making the play.
This is as opportunistic as it gets. It was a hopeful ball. She was inside. All she does is just lobs it over Savita. No chance for the goalkeeper, for the peerless India goalkeeper. And look at the joy. This is expected to be a tight match, and Odisha Warriors have stung the first blow.
And this was really put her mind to ease. If you have just joined us, Rutuja Pisal has opened the scoring in this grand finale of the Women's Hero Hockey India League. And Odisha Warriors have gone 1 goal ahead. Rutuja Pisal had just, in the previous quarter, missed an opportunity, but now it is the team Surma who are looking to equalize almost instantly. We see Sharmila on the pitch, which would mean more bombing runs along the right.
Almost replying in kind, because that was a similar ball which was bombed all the way through and almost got that touch which it probably deserved, but just failing to get across to it was Hina Bano. Already somebody with 2 goals in this competition. This game has really been brought alive by that goal, coming virtually out of nowhere. And this will now enforce JSW Surma to just play with that much more positivity.
What a start it's been to the second quarter, really, inside the first 5 minutes. Ensuring that the Warriors go 1-0 up. In fact, Team Surma had gotten the better of the Warriors when they met for the first time on January the 15th. Notching up a 2-0 victory. But then in the reverse fixture, Odisha Warriors had their revenge with a victory coming in the shootout.
Arun, not the first time that Rutuja has scored in a high-profile final. She did score in the final of the FIH Hockey World Fives last year, where India played Netherlands. But India ended up losing that match 6-2. She'll be hoping that this time the result will be in her favour. And that really is the big strength of Odisha Warriors. For the moment, need to defend again.
Again, overloading the right channel, looking for the deflection. There is Olivia Shannon. And even as we were speaking, the very first penalty corner of the final.
Just goes on to the foot. It was Akshata Dhekle with that shot. And then missing the first foot, but then goes on and finds the foot of Claire Caldwell.
There is Akshata Dhekle in the second battery. There is also Jyoti. It will be Jyoti who takes a shot. The deflection takes it off target, but they're protesting. They want another penalty corner. Are they going up for a referral?
Line by the Warriors player. Surma are asking for a penalty stroke and a foot on the line inside the goal.
Of the team in white, they had this penalty corner travelling into the path of the goal. Jyoti goes for that strike. It's a good one, actually. Now, is that foot or is that the shoe? Or is that the stick? It's been given off the stick. Very well placed, Ishika Chaudhary, but where has it hit her?
And team keep the referral.
It's a long corner, there's no advice possible. So you keep your referral.
Really seems like the most logical outcome, a fair result, where the team does keep its referral, but they will have to restart with a long corner. In the moment, Yogita Pasi had to take more than a couple of replays to come at a decision, you would probably imagine that it was going to be a case of no advice possible, but Surma coming ever so close to equalizing, and almost a goal line save yet again. Odisha Warriors now living and breathing dangerously.
This match has come to life. It's really a living, breathing thing at the moment, because there's end-to-end action, and the last couple of minutes have seen some relentless pressure from JSW Surma, and it was almost rewarded with a goal. But Jocelyn Bartram has anyway been quite fearless right through this tournament, and her defenders will have to shield her well.
Surma, of course, have scored more than any other team. They have scored more than, in fact, Swachi, Rar Bengal Tigers and Delhi SG Pipers combined. Now Varsho plays the ball in. Olivia Shannon again in the heart of action.
Superb defending though from Yibi Janssen. She was in great position. There were two JSW Surma players. She was positioned between them and picked the absolute right moment to put her stick in and shovel the ball away to safety.
Threatening the Warrior defense again. It was a lapse, but a penalty corner is what they will pay for that lapse with at the moment. The second PC for Team Surma.
That was a superb run. I think this was Sophie Hamilton who picked that ball from the edge of the 23-meter, went all the way through and just didn't give any chance to any of the attacking players. And then coming off the foot of Lily Stoffelsma, yet another opportunity for JSW Surma. But this has been their weakness. Can they make the most of this opportunity?
It will be Penny Squibb. And she goes right on target. She scores for JSW Surma. Brings in the equalizer. And this is what they were counting on her for. Penny Squibb has come to the party the second time by way of a PC here in this tournament and in the grandest of stages.
That is exceptional finishing. Not very good defending because it was a little slow off the blocks from Nisha Varsi, the first rusher, and just giving a little bit of time, placing it to perfection right into the right corner. Jocelyn Bartram has been one of the best goalkeepers of this competition, but even she was given no chance. This was driven with so much of ferocity, and look at what it means for not just the team but also the support staff.
Terrific stuff from Penny Squibb. Has really stepped up to the plate, and what a time it is for both the teams to be reversing every method that has taken them thus far. Odisha Warriors have been known to score from PCs. They scored from open play. And Surma have done the exact opposite.
These are great teams. There are some fine players out there. And it has been an anomaly of sorts that they've not been able to find the kind of goals that we have seen today. Also, the fact that Savita Punya was beaten so comprehensively, that doesn't happen often.
Penny Squibb will be celebrating her 32nd birthday in a couple of weeks' time. And should she help her team clinch the inaugural Women's Hockey India League, that would be as good a birthday present as any. Time now, but however, for the Warriors to press home the advantage.
Probably not enough time for these two teams to get the advantage in this half itself, but just requires both of them to just go back to the drawing board, think about what they've been doing wrong at the moment.
Penny Squibb was part of the Australian team that finished with the bronze medal in 2022. A bombing run along the right. Great defending from Deep Grace Eka, but not the greatest follow-up on that occasion. There is a lot happening. Plenty of action, giving us little time to breathe.
Just the last 5 minutes or so, so much of positive play from JSW Surma, and that has meant that they've been boxed inside their own defensive third.
And so on the screen, Shri Hemanta Soren, Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister of the state of Jharkhand, has been playing a great role in the conduct of this tournament. Just taking a speculative backhander with under 20 seconds now on the clock. They're still prowling, taking a shot, and a player has gone down, striking from real close proximity.
Yeah, that seems to have just struck her hand in the follow-through. Jyoti Chhatri was there. So this was great work from Stepenhorst because she needed to somehow maneuver that and get that shot going. Yes, it's come off the hand.
The Warriors scoring in open play, and Team Surma who struggled with penalty corner all through the tournament, opening their account, equalizing through another penny squib special. In fact, the 2 goals that have come for the team Surma by way of PCs have both come from the stick of the Australian penny squib. Just a handful of seconds left before we head into half-time. That will be that, as a thrilling, a riveting first half comes to conclusion here, with both the teams absolutely leaving nothing out there on the pitch, and it's a fair reflection of that, as both the teams are 1 goal apiece here. Absolutely nothing to choose between the two sides. Surma having 2 penalty corners. At half-time, JSW Surma Hockey Club and Odisha Warriors are deadlocked at 1 goal apiece. Third quarter action is now underway, as JSW Surma Hockey Club and the Warriors continue to fight it out. The Surma team in their all-white from left to right, and now the Warriors are from right to left in their orange and blue. An opportunity early on. Takes a shot, does Charlotte Englebert.
The gloves are truly off. JSW Surma have lined up in a 2-3-5 to start the second half. That is a sign of their intent. And it's 4-4 at the other end for Odisha Warriors. And that pressure, because there were 5 attacking players, that enabled them to steal this ball. And Englebert with the shot, but great save as well from Jocelyn Bartram.
Pretty lucky on that occasion where Odisha Warriors to escape without conceding a goal. And there's no change in the commentary box, of course. This is Arun Venugopal, and alongside me is Divine Sen. We had early predictions, of course. What is your take at the moment, Divine? Can you pick a winner?
It does look like there's a bit more intent at the moment from JSW Surma, but you cannot count out Odisha Warriors just for the fact that they have such an outstanding penalty corner battery of their own.
Leave the fence sitting to me, Divine. Give me an answer, but before that, there's another shot on goal, this time from Olivia Shannon on the right. They are peppering the defense.
That's also very good defending, though, just forcing her wide, not giving her a clear shot at goal. Excellent work. I think it was Ishika Chaudhary who was right in front of her.
Again, Olivia Shannon, she's been threatening all through the opening half.
Early attempts from Englebert and Shannon, and that's a sign of what is to come in this entire half. But look at Ishika, just drives her a little wide, and that gives just a little bit more breathing room for Jocelyn Bartram.
Good defending again. Just outside the 23-meter mark, which also gives you the impetus to push the ball along the midfield, which is where the counter control has been really good, thwarting any potential danger. There again, the Odisha Warriors looking for an aerial to dodge the defender. Salima Tete, the captain, moving with remarkable ease and pace. Just a little wild of Charlotte Englebert.
There was Englebert. There was also, from the look of things, Stappenhorst or possibly Sophie Hamilton who was overlapping. And the two of them, just a little bit of communication gap perhaps. Maybe Englebert expecting Sophie Hamilton to make that run through to the ball.
Good run this time from the left here. Loses her stick in the process. No major transgression adjudicated, however.
This is sensational stuff from JSW Surma. They're really up for the fight in this third quarter. It will also exact a little bit of a physical price from them. And that's why it's important that they're able to convert this into something in the form of a goal.
They're doing really well to win the ball higher up the pitch now. Gibi Janssen trying to dispossess the Surma captain on that occasion. And she's been impressive, and she would need to use her long levers a lot more.
It's just a stick tackle as Surma were moving forward. Arun, what's also been impressive is the pace at which this game has been played. And that's a tribute to the fitness of all the players on display. This is the 7th match for both teams in just about a fortnight.
The ball's inside the circle now, a chance here. Olivia Shannon comes dangerously close, but will be denied yet again.
This has been superb work Sophie Hamilton, in fact, making that reverse shot and looking for Stephenhorst. Olivia Shannon also present. Sonam also was there. Yet again, just to remind you, Odisha Warriors haven't beaten their opposition in outright 60 minutes play. Their only victory came via shootout.
Again, a penalty corner.
It's a good aerial, and it needed the defender to be at least 5 meters away when the attacker was actually receiving this. And that's why that error. Ishika Chaudhary, in fact, the one who was guilty of the transgression. Now, can Penny Squibb make it 2 out of 2?
Noise about the penalty corner conversion going all right throughout the tournament. It will be Penny Squibb again. It's a bit of a variation. This time, there will be no goal for JSW Surma, but the threat still abounds. An opportunity here. Odisha having to defend deeply.
This was, I think, superb defending, because may have been a goal line save. That ball was slipped through to Jyoti Rumawat and she took a hard slap and it was headed for goal. We'll have to take a closer look as and when we get a replay. And I think that was exceptional defending, but what a start this has been. Rollicking start from JSW Surma. They'll be kicking themselves if they're not able to convert this into a goal, because they definitely have put in that kind of efforts.
Again, not the greatest ball to Deep Grace Eka, who did really well to keep the ball in play. Odisha Warriors need to rediscover their bearings. They do not have rhythm nor possession in their favour at the moment.
We just saw 23 to 11 in terms of circle penetrations, and that kind of pressure has resulted in opportunities like this. In fact, a touch from Onglebe looking for Shannon, and just a little bit of a stick perhaps from the goalkeeper, or the inability to control that.
Again, Surma have taken more shots as opposed to the Warriors, and it's a reflection of that. The scoreline is a reflection of that. The Warriors might have opened the scoring, but the team Surma have scored 16 times in this tournament, the most by any team.
And it was a bit of a freak goal as well, you would recall. Odisha Warriors scoring. Vaishnavi Phalke's stick then going on to Rutuja Pisal, who was somehow able to dink it over Savita Punia. Doesn't happen often, and almost definitely will not happen again tonight.
There's also the tantalizing subplot of the two coaches, really. Jude Menezes, the coach of Team Surma, and Janneke Schopman have unsettled business. The two, in fact, lined up against each other during the Olympic qualifiers, where India was served with a heartbreak, as Japan then, coached by Jude Menezes, notched up a 1-0 win over India in the Olympic qualifiers, ensuring that India did not qualify and Japan did at India's expense.
Certainly the most lopsided result in Indian national women's hockey in the last couple of years, and the man on your screen was responsible for inflicting that.
There's no change in the win predictor whatsoever. Surma now for once having to play catch up. Jyoti showing great ball control and has played the ball inside so very often, looking for that cross-field ball now. More reinforcements will eventually come her way. They're probably just a little guilty of staying on the ball a little longer, Hina Bano.
Superb work, because she had to cross across the field because of the pressure from the players in orange. It's been a lot more composed in defense from Odisha Warriors of late.
Much better now. Neha playing beautifully to the lone striker up front. 1v1, 1v3 now. We'll have to unleash the backhander. She does! But that is not the angle that is most conducive for a shot.
That was great defending, because while they stayed with her, they just didn't allow Michelle Finet any opportunity to get a shot going until she had gone quite wide.
Here's a chance for the Warriors. For the Surma team, I beg your pardon. The strike was made by Deepika Soreng. What a strike, kept out so very well from Jocelyn Bartram. The danger finally abates.
The two goalkeepers have had to be at their best. Jocelyn Bartram has had a couple of moments of scares, and it was a superb save, because Deepika Soreng was in very good position to put her team ahead. Just going with that backhand shot. It was a superb ball from Onglebert, but what a stretch that was from Bartram.
Now the Warriors will look to make a play for this. Caitlin Nobbs has a strong India connection through her father, of course. Neha Goyal now plays the ball in. Here's a great chance. But they do not get a goal, nor do they get a PC.
Yes, Sakshi Rana just backing into the defender, which is why she was penalized rather than the other way around. But this is end-to-end hockey. Exciting stuff here.
Maria Vashur inside the circle, but she's outflanked and outnumbered by a number of orange shirts. Sakshi Rana, Baljit Kaur, in fact, digging the ball and her team out of a hole there.
Much better from the Warriors. Just need to carry that ball. Try and convert this into pressure at the other end. Superb run this.
Jyoti Chhatri in a 1v2 position. Plays the ball to the goal scorer, Rutuja.
The whistle just coming before the player could get across to the ball. Otherwise, it would have been a great opportunity. It's not just a battle between the two coaches, Arun. It's also a battle between the two assistant coaches. And they are both pretty much representing their home territory, because we have the legend Rani Rampal on one hand from Haryana herself for JSW Surma, but we also have Lelima Mins, who's from the Sundargarh region, has over 100 international caps for India, who's the assistant coach at the other side for the Odisha Warriors. Two great friends, two great teammates as well, but absolutely no friendship today.
No inch conceded, no quarter sought, and that's how it ought to be. It's a game of fascinating contrast. It's a game of many a delicious, ironical twist. And that's what the crowd here wants to see. That's what all of us have been treated to in the last 2.5 quarters or so. The third quarter now is winding down. It's a good run along the right on this occasion.
Odisha Warriors will be hoping for more out of Frika Moesh. She's been largely invisible in this match. Just one occasion when she was able to run down the baseline and test Savita Punia. But having been one of the best goal scorers, especially in terms of field goals for this team in this tournament, they will be hoping for more out of her. Victoria Souza has had a good match. She's been one of those linchpins in midfield, with Caitlin Nobbs also being quite impressive in the last few games. Well done. We are into game 13, and for the first time we've brought up the name of Dhoni, which is impossible while you're in Ranchi.
Surma now through Salima Tete threatening on the right. In fact, we have mentioned Dahi Bhalla and Dhuska a lot more often than we have mentioned Dhoni. It's also a reflection of how well the league has been run. These last couple of weeks have produced some extraordinary finishes, some riveting games, some heart-stopping shootouts.
And some delicious food for the broadcast team, the entire broadcast team.
A gratitude to all those at the forefront. The crowd does the counting down as the third quarter has come to a close. It was a quarter that saw Surma consolidate their hold on the game, but critically they do not have a goal to show for that. Odisha Warriors have been defending desperately. The numbers will reveal greater number of circle penetrations for JSW Surma Hockey Club. Could that be the ultimate difference? But the scoreline at the end of quarter 3, JSW Surma Hockey Club 1, Odisha Warriors 1. We're down to the fourth and the final quarter now. And the action will continue. They have 15 more minutes to finish the game in regulation time, either of these sides. In their all-white are Team Surma from left to right, and Odisha Warriors are in their orange and blue, looking to dispel the blues that surrounded them in the third quarter.
It's just been a superb defensive masterclass from both teams, despite the fact that there have been plenty of opportunities for both sets of forwards to score further goals. But there have been some superb clearances, some interceptions, especially in deep defense, which is such a difficult thing to do.
They will need Neha Goyal to press ahead much like that. Rutuja Pisal was there, but was a little wide. But Neha Goyal needs to be playing an attacking midfielder's role rather than consign herself to a holding one. A good run on display from Caitlin Nobbs, but It will be Surma affecting the turnover. Olivia Shannon playing it to Anglebert. Calm piece of defending from the experienced Deep Grace Eka. Surmising that this could well be the case because Odisha Warriors might have enough in their tank to go for the final punch. But for the moment, it's Salima Tete now. Brought down by Yibi Janssen, who actually did really well to just put up her right shoulder as a screen.
This was actually superb defending yet again. Yibi Janssen has had a terrific game. Absolutely clean tackle. No problems whatsoever.
It was clever. It was made right in the nick of time before she entered the circle, eliminating any possibility of a PC being conceded. And Yibi Janssen has been really good. She hasn't had an opportunity to display her drag flick skills. However, her defensive work has been absolutely stunning.
Sonam just caught Caitlin Nobbs with a slightly clumsy tackle, and the players in orange were wondering why there wasn't a card forthcoming. But sensible officiating from Kelly Hudson, just having a bit of a verbal warning.
Sonika now finds some game time, fresher legs on the pitch. Yibi Janssen pressing slightly higher, aiding the attack now. An incredible honor for an incredible athlete. Our congratulations to him.
In fact, a good couple of days for Malayali sports persons because the legend I.M. Vijayan also getting a Padma Shri.
A penalty corner now comes the way of the Odisha Warriors. Yibi Janssen will be pressed into service. And look at the excitement that has come by the way of the Warriors. But hang on, is she on the pitch? Are they looking to make a quick substitution?
Well, they have got this first opportunity. And as a result of this, Baljeet just making sure that there's a little bit of an error as the defender Vaishnavi Falke was looking to make her way through.
With a drag flick, unfortunately. That's the way the game's played, unfortunately. Claire Colville's there. A shot's been taken. Neha takes it. But the first penalty corner that's come Odisha's way has been botched.
Was a good bit of skills though, because from the left there was Victoria Souza who was making a run. And that also just provided a little bit of an outlet. Was looking for a potential...
Yibi Janssen and Charlotte Anglebert. Will they have the opportunity to add to that tally and finish with the golden stick? Baljeet Kaur has also been rather muted in her approach today.
I think it's just a phase where both these teams will give one final push, but they'll have more than one eye on that shootout which is impending.
Looking for a foot inside the circle. A chance here for Rutuja Pisal. And Odisha have broken the deadlock. They've cracked open the game, and it's come off the stick of the Satara native. Rutuja Pisale has scored for the second time, and the youngster has stepped up to the party at the biggest stage, at the most critical juncture.
This was very good at officiating as well because there was just a bit of a stick check, but the umpire playing play on, and then Savita Punia, oh, that's the narrowest of gaps, but that is a superb finish from Rutuja Pisal. She has really stepped up at the big stage. What a time to get your first two goals, and Yannicka Shopman knows that they've got one hand over the trophy, but hang on, there's still 4.5 minutes to go. This match is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, she hails from the region of Satara in Maharashtra, from a tiny village called Faltan. And you can be rest assured that her entire village is watching. It's a drought-prone region. They haven't had too much to cheer about, but Rutuja Pisale has given them a lot to smile, a lot to celebrate. And should this be the goal that settles the issue, she will be a hero and someone that Yannicka Shopman and company will celebrate.
This is what you ought to watch, of course. Some of the younger Indian players stepping up. That is what this league has been all about. And to see potentially a match-winning performance from Rutuja Pisal on the big stage is an absolute delight.
A credit also to the Krida Prabhoshini, the state-run sports academy in Maharashtra, which has resulted in a lot of players coming through the system. We spoke about Vaishnavi Falke as well. They now have an opportunity to add to the tally to the Warriors. They're moving in with a lot of ease and they secured another PC. It's all coming through for the Warriors. It's all falling in place. And now, Gibby Janssen will step up.
What a superb run. This is more like it from Frika Mosh. Has to be closed down by two players and then is sent sprawling to the floor by a stick tackle. The panic is showing in the JSW Surma ranks, and possibly that scoreless third quarter beginning to show its effects in terms of the after effects on them.
So very often, Divine, as they say, that the time after you concede a goal is the time when you're at your most vulnerable. And now Gibby Janssen is in battery number 1. Can she make it a neat half a dozen? Janssen steps up. A great bit of defending by Maria Vasho, the senior pro, was halted, was thwarted that drag flick.
In fact, two players running down the same line. Superb work from JSW. But here's another chance. Oh, just denied.
Gibby Janssen and Maria Vasho are, of course, teammates. They are going for a referral at the moment for a push. And Mosh just doing a little bit of an explaining.
That's a video reference signal from on-field umpire.
So just looking for a potential stick check.
You start with long corner and team lose the referral.
Thank you. पूछ लो.
It seemed like a slightly ambitious referral right from the get-go, and I think the right decision has been made, although Frika Mosh is not happy. Well, when has a player ever been happy? Ever been happy when a PC has been denied?
Only when they retire and they become umpires themselves.
And the Warriors have to contend with a little under 3 minutes to hold on to the league, to be the inaugural champions. Now Surma are pressing ahead with a lot of purpose. Good bit of defending yet again from Caitlin Nobbs, who has come back onto the pitch.
Well, because it is an out of time clock rather, it's perhaps appropriate to quote Sir Alex Ferguson here. This is squeaky bum time, definitely, in this match.
It's a contest that's seen some remarkable reversals. Teams playing out of their skins, also playing out of their comfort zones, contending with newer situations as and when they've been thrown at them.
Such mature play from the young teenager Sakshi Rana, taking it right up to the corner flag, wasting some time down, winding the clock down, and then just earning a free hit for her own team.
Yeah, this is smart. And that's what, as a professional hockey player, you're required to do, to consolidate, to hold on to the lead. And make no mistake, they will want to keep the ball on the other side, and Savita has been pulled by Team Surma. They will have 11 outfield players now. The goalkeeper has been pulled by Surma, which will give an opportunity for Odisha Warriors to attack with even renewed vigor. Team Surma basically have all hands and legs on deck.
Has it just happened a bit too late though, because Odisha Warriors have definitely grown into this match in this fourth quarter. That goal was just reward for the way that they played.
Again going for that speculative ball with a slap across the turf. Rutuja Pisa, look at that, once again demonstrating great hockey smarts, and did so well to keep Salima Tete out of range.
I hope I don't jinx it for them, but you will recall on day one I did suggest that this could be the final and we could have Odisha Warriors possibly being the champions of the inaugural Hero Hockey India League.
And this is now bound to happen. Plenty of whistles blown, play being halted. Neha Goel will want to hold on to possession. And we're down to just half a minute in the competition. Salima Tete, can the captain pull the team out of a rut, force the game into a shootout? Salima still with the ball. Good bit of defending, it's her counterpart, Neha Goyal, who drops down the pitch. They've not just parked the bus, they've parked a tanker out there. Can they earn a penalty corner? Handful of seconds left. The Odisha Warriors have all but accomplished it. A last gasp attempt, perhaps. It will be the team in orange. It's the Odisha Warriors who are the champions of the inaugural Women's Hockey India League, where history has been created. Neha Goyal and her merry women have accomplished the unthinkable. They started off slowly. They did suffer a reverse against Team Surma, but they have stepped up to the plate and made it count at the biggest of all stages.
Janika Shubman has her moment of Ranchi redemption. It was on this pitch that she was denied last year in the Olympic qualifiers when she was India coach. But on the other side, this time she's come up trumps against Jude Menezes' team. And what a finish this is. It's finished with JSW Surma Hockey Club 1, but Odisha Warriors are the history makers on the night with 2 goals of their own. Fantastic performance to come back after being held on level terms later.
Well, Odisha Warriors, if you've just joined in, have won the final 2-1, have become the champions of the inaugural Women's Hero Hockey India League.
Ranchi, give it up for your champions! We now request the team captain Neha Goyal to collect the check for an amount of 1 crore 50 lakh rupees from Sri Hemant Soren, Honorable Chief Minister, and that trophy. And there it is, the moment Odisha have been waiting for. The moment Odisha Warriors, all in Marang Gomke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf